Okay, welcome to another episode of Black Atlas Goings On. My name is Kenny, aka Black Atlas, and we are here for another recipe. Actually, it is going to be the last recipe in the section of the Ninja Foodi Cookbook that says The Art of Tender Crisp. This is going to be the last episode in that section. And then after that, we are going to be moving on to the section called Tender Crisp, Frozen to Crispy. So, this last recipe is teriyaki chicken, broccoli, and rice. And we are going to go ahead and go through the ingredients just like we normally do. And then we are going to go through the directions step by step. So, the first ingredient is going to be 1 cup of long grain white rice. Then we are moving on to 1 cup of chicken stock. Then we have a half a cup of frozen vegetables. Then we have 2 teaspoons divided of kosher salt. Then we have 2 teaspoons divided of black pepper. 1 tablespoon of adobo seasoning, 2 uncooked fresh boneless skinless chicken breasts, 1 head of broccoli cut into florets, 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, and 1/4 cup of teriyaki sauce. So those are the ingredients. We are going to go ahead and get the Ninja Foodi over here on the counter and start going through the directions step by steps. I'll see you then. Okay, so the first step says to place the rice, chicken stock, frozen vegetables, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of pepper, and the 1 tablespoon of adobo seasoning. Into the pot and then stir to combine. So we have that all stirred up, and the next step says to place chicken breast on reversible rack, making sure rack is in the highest position. Place rack inside the pot over the rice mixture. So let's go ahead and get the rack set inside of here and make sure that it is not sitting on the rice. Okay. And then we are going to go ahead and get the chicken taken out of the Ziploc bag that I had it in. And we are going to go ahead and get those pieces put in there. And then the next step says to assemble the pressure lid, making sure the pressure valve is in the seal position. Select pressure and set to high. Set time to 2 minutes and then select start stop to begin. So we'll go ahead and bring you around front so we can get that done. Okay, so we have the lid closed. And I think it's just really close right now, and that's why it won't focus. But we are going to go ahead and get that pressure lid assembled, and it clicks right into place. And we make sure that vent is on seal, which is pushed all the way to my left. I think it will be your right, depending on how the video is coming through. And then we are going to go ahead and bring y'all around front so we can get those front settings put in. And so the next step is to go ahead and select pressure. So we're going to turn it on. Then we are going to select pressure and it defaults to high. And then we are going to set the time to 2 minutes. And then we are going to select start stop to begin. And then it says, while the chicken and rice is cooking, toss the broccoli in a bowl with the olive oil and remaining salt and pepper. So we'll go ahead and get this moved a little bit to the side and then get a bowl over here for the broccoli. Okay, so we are here at the next step. I don't know if you can hear the steam building up inside of the Ninja Foodi. But we are moving on to the next step because it says, while the chicken and rice are cooking, toss the broccoli in a bowl with the olive oil and the remaining salt and pepper. So I'm going to go ahead and get this done. And then we will move to the next step when it is time. All right, so there's about 5 seconds left in the cooking. It says when the pressure cooking is complete, allow pressure to naturally release for 10 minutes. And it says done now. So we are going to go ahead and go to the next step where it says when pressure cooking is complete, allow pressure to naturally release for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, quick release any remaining pressure by turning the pressure release valve to the vent position, and then carefully remove lid when the unit has finished releasing pressure. So we are going to go ahead and let this release for about 10 minutes naturally and let the timer come up, which is one thing that I do like about this. It has a timer that when it's done, it starts to count up and let you know how long it's been resting or releasing. And so we're going to let this naturally release for 10 minutes. Then after that, we're going to quick release and then move on to the next step. Okay, so the reason that the timer, I don't know if you can read it or not from how far it is away. It is almost at 15 minutes. That is because I had to set the camera up and I went through a whole section and realized I did not hit record. Luckily, I didn't have to open the Ninja Foodi or do anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and read the next steps and we're going to, okay, I lied. So I did move the vent button or the vent switch from seal to vent. That's it. But the thing was, it was already fully ventilated. So I'll let you know. It says when the pressure cooking is complete, allow pressure to naturally release for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, quickly release the remaining pressure by turning the pressure release valve to the vent position. And then carefully remove the lid and finish releasing after the pressure has finished released. So I did all that already. And I am going to let you know what the next step is. And then we're going to go from there. So the next step is to brush the tops of the chicken liberally with the teriyaki sauce and then place the broccoli on the rack around the chicken. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the chicken out and place it on this foil, and then I'm going to brush the bottom of the chicken first. I'm not going to forget the sides and the bottom of the chicken. They all need to be covered. That is not in the directions. That is how I'm going to do it. So, and then after that, it says put the broccoli to the rack around the chicken. So once we get the chicken back in and brushed with the teriyaki sauce, then I will go ahead and bring you in so you can see the broccoli going around the chicken. Okay, so the chicken is brushed liberally with the teriyaki sauce, and then now we are going to go ahead and add the broccoli to the rack around the chicken, so that way that is going to be able to cook as well. Okay, so the chicken is brushed with the teriyaki sauce and the broccoli is on the rack with it. So next it says to close the crisping lid, and then it says select broil and set the time to 12 minutes. So let's go ahead and bring you around to do that. Okay, now that we have you in front of the Ninja Foodi, we are going to go ahead and turn it on. And then we are going to select broil. And then we are going to set the time to 12 minutes. And then we are going to go ahead and hit start to begin. And then after that, it says check after 10 minutes for desired doneness. And then cooking is complete when internal temperature of chicken reaches 165. Serve chicken with broccoli and rice. And then we are going to go ahead and get that taste test in. So I will see y'all when it is time to get that taste test in. Okay, here we go. We have everything out of the Ninja Foodi, and I'm going to bring each piece in one by one so you can see it. Then we're going to go ahead and get that taste test in. So we are going to go ahead and start with the broccoli. The reason that there are darker broccoli than others is because we had some leftover broccoli that we put into a pot with a little bit of butter and garlic. But the darker broccoli is what was inside of the Ninja Foodi. And then we have the rice that has the mixed vegetables in there that were frozen. Everything smells amazing. And then we have the chicken. The chicken does actually look a little bit dry because I did have to put it in a little bit longer. After that 12-minute time limit, I did check the temperature and it was only at about 148. So I did put it in for about 5 more minutes and it read at about 167 when it was done. So let's go ahead and get that taste test in. All right, we're going to go ahead and try the broccoli first. I'll make sure I try a piece that was in the Ninja Foodi. Oh, it's nice and crispy. You can taste the char on the broccoli. It does taste pretty good. You can taste the salt and pepper coming through. It's actually really good. And broccoli is actually one of my favorite vegetables ever since I was a kid. So the broccoli definitely passed the test. It's actually really good. Next, we are going to go ahead and try the rice. The rice actually tastes really good. You can taste the chicken stock in it. And the chicken stock that I used was actually a homemade chicken stock for my mother-in-law's chicken soup recipe. I will be doing that video soon as well. So that actually came through really good. And then last but not least, definitely is going to be the chicken. That's really good. You can taste the teriyaki sauce running through, the salt and pepper that's going through there. And it's a little bit dry, but it's still got some juice in there where it's got some chew to it. You're not wanting something to drink after you take a bite. So it is definitely good. It is definitely a recipe that I will do again. Maybe next time I'll do it for 2.5 minutes instead of 5 extra minutes. But other than that, thank you very much for watching this episode. I appreciate it. My name is Kenny, aka Black Atlas. This has been in the Ninja Foodi series with the teriyaki chicken, broccoli, and rice in the Ninja Foodi. And that is the end of this first chapter in there, where it is the art of tender crisp. The next chapter we are going to be starting is frozen to crispy. And until the next video, make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until the next one, I'll catch y'all on the flip side.